This week on the Island Times News Update, the Downtown Action Plan continues to take shape in Jacksonville Beach. Neptune Beach will consider as many as 10 candidates for city manager, and Atlantic Beach officials devote 2 days to developing a strategic plan for the city. Welcome to the Island Times News Update. I'm Tom Patton. The Jacksonville Beach City Council continued work on its Downtown Action Plan at a workshop meeting Monday night. The purpose of the workshop was to talk through the items identified in previous meetings and through a survey completed by about 70 people last year. One of the items still getting a lot of attention is a downtown parking garage that would be built on land already owned by the city at 2nd Street North and 4th Avenue. Steve Lindorf, Director of Planning and Development for Jacksonville Beach, said the garage would be 3 stories so as not to violate the height cap and contain 282 parking spaces. There would also be commercial and retail space along 4th Avenue, as is required by city code. The cost of the structure was estimated at between $6.05 and $7.85 million in 2009. That price is not expected to have changed very much over the years. City Manager George Forbes said that if the garage were to be built, the city would likely partner with JTA in an effort to make it financially feasible, as it could possibly sit largely vacant for part of the year. Councilwoman Christine Hoffman said she would like to see the structure include accommodations for non-car vehicles, such as bicycles and low-speed vehicles, in an effort to help ease the parking problems that continue to worsen in Jacksonville Beach. Hoffman also asked about outdoor amplified music as it relates to entertainment in the Central Business District. Currently, no amplified sound is allowed, and the noise level limit is 85 decibels. Police Chief Pat Dooley said that it is very difficult to enforce the noise level because an offender can claim that some of the noise being measured is ambient sound coming from other sources. However, the council may consider changes to allow some amplified sound in the future. The council is also working with the consultant Retail Strategies in an effort to identify certain types of businesses that it hopes to attract to downtown Jacksonville Beach.
One of the things that came out of one of the meetings that was very interesting was one of the owners said that they thought their goal was to bring the clientele class level up, for lack of a better term, so that we're bringing nicer places in so that we're getting nicer clientele in as well. And they're very energetic and enthusiastic about working through Retail Strategies and on their own.
Councilman Phil Vogelsang asked about the possibility of offering businesses incentives, such as they do in Jacksonville, to help attract the kinds of businesses the city wants.
So I don't think it would be that difficult to target businesses if we're able to offer incentives to different types, or at least us as a council can brainstorm different businesses to approach and see if we can incentivize them to come here monetarily. And then we are completely changing the environment that we have downtown.
Councilman Keith Doherty said he would be against pumping a lot of money into new restaurants until the perception of downtown Jacksonville Beach changes into less of a party spot. He said if he were an investor, he didn't think incentives would be enough to encourage him to start a business in the Central Business District. City Manager George Forbes said that the city currently has no rules for offering incentives, such as large cash incentives or tax breaks.
It's a pretty slippery slope, though, because we need to make sure things, other than the ones I mentioned up here, are very small and easy to do. But we talk about larger ones like you're speaking of. You've got to be very, very careful that, it's okay to do, the number one incentive we can give people, sounds strange, is to get through the building process quickly and get them going quickly. That's the number one incentive that people really want. They're not just necessarily monetary incentives, but that type of incentive, or even acquisition costs and land incentives. So,
Mayor Latham said at the beginning of the meeting that none of the items discussed were guaranteed to be included in the final plan. The council now has to prioritize projects and give the city staff direction on how to proceed. Those discussions will come in council meetings over the next several weeks. Longer term, the city might look into new amenities such as shopping and an oceanfront restaurant near the pier, where currently there is oceanfront parking. There may also be a discussion of making changes on 2nd Street in the Central Business District, similar to those that have been made on 1st Street. However, Forbes said that there are other priorities that need to be completed first, such as a complete repaving of 1st and 2nd Streets from Beach Boulevard to 16th Avenue South, a project which could take as long as 5 years. Neptune Beach is working its way through the process of hiring a new city manager to succeed Jim Jarboe, who's retiring in September. The council will likely interview between 8 and 10 candidates for the position. City Attorney Patrick Krachowski said the current plan is for he and Jarboe to narrow down the applicants from the 80 or so received to no more than 10 and present that list along with the draft contract to the council on May 21st. The candidates will be narrowed down through phone interviews over the next couple of weeks. The starting salary for the new city manager will not be less than $95,000. City Manager Jarboe's base salary is $109,000, and then he receives insurance, retirement, and a city car as well. The council directed Krachowski and Jarboe to stay with a salary range of $95,000 to $110,000 for the purposes of starting negotiations with the potential city manager candidates. Several members of the council said that some of the potential applicants might remove themselves from consideration based on the starting salary. Some of those applicants reported current salaries as high as $115,000. The council will meet on May 26 to discuss the list of candidates for the position. The city of Atlantic Beach spent 2 days working on a strategic plan for the city this week. The meetings discussed a variety of issues, including a vision for the city and a mission statement. The second day focused on external and internal issues, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threat analysis. Also on the agenda were strategic issue identification and goal setting. On the first day of the session, the council arrived at a vision for the city stating, "From sunrise on the beach to sunset on the marsh, the Atlantic Beach community is proud to be preserving our dream every day." The City of Atlantic Beach's mission is to be responsive in providing the highest level of service and safety while maintaining our city's infrastructure, vast network of parks, natural and fiscal resources, while preserving our small beach community way of life for future generations. The priorities that the participants of the meeting deemed most important are developing a successful plan, implementing successful elements of the marsh plan, instituting the tree management plan, development of a park master plan, improving roadways and gateways, and developing a plan for pedestrians and bikes. Crafting the implementation for the priority items will be the responsibility of the Atlantic Beach staff. Then the council will determine if the city will move forward with those priority items. Well, when we come back, the Oesterreicher House is set to move to the Beaches Museum and History Park. This is the Island Times News Update.
Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning in Atlantic Beach offers a full range of residential and commercial heating and air conditioning services, from new installation to replacement and remodeling. Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning can keep your home comfortable year-round, and they offer preventive maintenance contracts to keep your system running at peak efficiency. Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning is an authorized Bryant dealer and will service all brands. For year-round comfort in your home or business, contact the original Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning at 241-1788. Beaches Academy Child Care Center in Jacksonville Beach has been offering affordable, loving child care to families in the Beaches communities for 35 years. Conveniently located on Penman Road, Beaches Academy offers care for children from infants through preschool, with programs that encourage learning and outdoor play. Our affordable tuition means families can get quality child care at a price that fits their budget. Contact Beaches Academy at 246-3885 and schedule a tour of our center. Beaches Academy, the child always comes first.
Welcome back to the Island Times News Update. I'm Tom Patton. The Oesterreicher-McCormick homestead, currently located off 20 Mile at the McCormick Ranch in Palm Valley, will be moved to the Beaches Museum and History Park on Tuesday. The Oesterreicher-McCormick cabin is the oldest remaining house at the Beaches area and currently sits on land that will become part of Nocatee. The cabin will depart from its holding location at approximately 9 a.m. with expected arrival at the Beaches Museum's History Park 3 hours later. The cabin's destination will be in the 500 block of Beach Boulevard in Jacksonville Beach, and it will be placed within the Beaches Museum's History Park close to the historic chapel. The public is invited to watch the cabin along its route or to come to the History Park to watch its arrival. The City of Atlantic Beach will have final votes on several ordinances at its Monday meeting, including the revised tree ordinance and proposed changes to the city charter. If approved, the charter revisions will be placed on the August ballot for consideration by the voters of Atlantic Beach. Florida divers are being asked to help with the first annual Lionfish Removal and Awareness Day. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission has organized events in coastal cities around the state on May 16th to help slow the growth of the invasive species in the Atlantic Ocean and the Gulf of Mexico. The Fish and Wildlife Commission is encouraging all divers to remove as many lionfish on the weekend of May 16th and 17th, no matter where they are in Florida. Divers in our area can take part in the First Coast Lionfish Blast going on through May 31st. The final concert of the season for the Florida Chamber Music Project will feature works by Shostakovich and Mendelssohn. The concert is set for Sunday, May 17th at 3 p.m. at the Ponte Vedra Concert Hall. The Jacksonville Beach Art Walk is this Tuesday from 5 until 9. The event features dozens of great local artists and musicians. Many local businesses also stay open late through the downtown Jacksonville Beach area for the event. And then on Friday, Monsters, Inc. will be shown at the Seawalk Pavilion as the Moonlight Movie. The movies are free and open to the public. You should bring your lawn chair and arrive early for the best seats in the house. And the City of Jacksonville will conduct a hazardous waste collection on Saturday, May 16th in Jacksonville Beach. Household hazardous waste and electronics will be collected at the city's operations and maintenance facility at 1460 Shetter Avenue. A complete list of the types of waste that will be collected is available on the Jacksonville Beach website. Well, the National Weather Service says we can expect a 20% chance of a shower or a thunderstorm every day through Thursday of the coming week. Highs will be in the upper 70s to low 80s, with lows mostly in the 70s. The Island Times is always digital, always free at www.theislandtimes.com. Become a subscriber and get updates on news from the beaches communities delivered right to your email box. And don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. I'm Tom Patton. Thanks for watching.